It is 6 months since the first fight between the British pair ended in bizarre fashion, when both men tumbled over the ropes in the 5th round and a draw was announced, with Whittaker having sustained an ankle injury that saw him unable to continue. That controversial ending had Cameron quickly accusing Whittaker of looking for a way out, with the Tokyo 2020 Olympic silver medalist having really struggled in by far the toughest test of his otherwise straightforward 9-fight professional career to date. One judge had Cameron ahead 58-57 and another Whittaker in front by the same score, while a third had it level at the time of the enforced stoppage at 58-58. That meant a split decision technical draw, which left Cameron seething after he had lost a split decision to Lyndon Arthur in his last bout, while Whittaker retained both his unbeaten record and his first belt, the IBF International Light Heavyweight title, won against Urutsiezera Areniaka at Selhurst Park last summer. Whittaker has firmly refuted any accusation that he deliberately initiated the over-the-ropes tumble, insisting he was lucky only to have sustained an ankle issue after initially landing on his neck. Now fully recovered, he has vowed to get his ascending career swiftly back on track after the first blip on what looked to be a hugely exciting path for the surgeon, while 31-fight veteran Cameron, 7 years older than his opponent and now part of Frank Warren's Queensberry Promotions stable, will be hoping to replicate the showing he produced during the opening rounds in Saudi Arabia back in October. Cameron initially accepted a rematch over 12 rounds, though it has since been reduced to 10 after a row between the camps. Whittaker vs. Cameron 2 fight date and venue. Whittaker vs. Cameron 2 takes place on Sunday, April 20, 2025 at BP Pulse Live at the National Exhibition Centre, NEC, in Birmingham. Whittaker vs. Cameron 2 fight time and ring walks. The televised undercard action gets underway from 7 p.m. BST on Sunday night, with main event ring walks expected at around 10 p.m. As ever, that is subject to change and obviously depends on the length of the undercard bouts. How to watch Whittaker vs. Cameron 2. TV channel. In the UK, Whittaker vs. Cameron 2 is being shown live as a non-pay-per-view event on Sky Sports. Coverage begins on Sky Sports Action at 7 p.m. and Sky Sports Main Event at 8 p.m. Live stream. Sky Sports subscribers can also catch the action live online via the Sky Go app. Live blog. You can follow the entire event live on Fight Night with Standard Sports Live blog. Whittaker vs. Cameron 2 undercard. Lee Cutler and Sam Eggington battle in a potentially explosive contest at super welterweight, while Tyler Denny looks to bounce back from his loss to Hamza Sheeraz against an opponent last stopped by Callum Simpson and Elris Ahorga. The undefeated Bradley Goldsmith also meets Midlands area middleweight champion Troy Coleman. Ben Whittaker vs. Liam Cameron 2. Lee Cutler vs. Sam Eggington. Fraser Clark vs. Ebenezer Tate. Tyler Denny vs. Elvis Ahorga. Troy Coleman vs. Bradley Goldsmith. Whittaker vs. Cameron 2 prediction. It is hard to shake the feeling that Cameron has missed his best chance to spring an upset against Whittaker. The former Commonwealth middleweight champion gave his confident opponent some serious problems before that bizarre end to the first fight and should have been announced as the winner. It is hard to see how Whittaker would have turned the tide if he'd been fit to continue, his game plan seemingly all wrong from the outset as he went toe-to-toe with a solid puncher and looked to abandon the evasive, eye-catching skills that had seen him showboat his way to 8 victories, with 5 knockouts, in his first 2 years as a pro. There will surely be no repeat of those mistakes this time around under new trainer Andy Lee, who will no doubt have devised a tactical blueprint more suiting to his fighter's specific skill set. However, Cameron is an extremely tough fighter and none of his 6 previous pro losses have been by stoppage, so we expect him to come off comfortably second best this time in a wide points decision. Whittaker to win on points. Whittaker vs. Cameron 2 weigh-in. The behind closed doors weigh-ins for Sunday night's card took place on Saturday morning. Both men made weight for the main event, with Whittaker tipping the scales first at 12 pounds. That was 1 pound heavier than Cameron, who weighed 12 6 pounds. The ceremonial weigh-in is at 3 p.m. BST on Saturday afternoon. Whittaker vs. Cameron 2 latest odds. Whittaker to win, 411. Cameron to win, 11/5. Draw, 16-1. Whittaker to win on points or by decision, 10-11. Whittaker to win by knockout, technical knockout or disqualification, 7/2. Cameron to win on points or by decision, 6-1. Cameron to win by knockout, technical knockout or disqualification, 4-1. Odds via Betfair, subject to change.